Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for spending some time with me today. And for those of you who are new, my name is Milou. I was born clairvoyant, psychic, and a medium, which means I don't use any tools to read. I will tell you what I see as I speak. Uh, you know, I have been very careful about what I say about the situation that we have going on in this country with Trump in the White House. And I have been saying for a very long while, although I had no proof of it, that Trump is not the person, at least he's not the only one in charge. Other people in his family were guiding him, they were telling him basically what to do and how to respond to certain events. I heard an interview last night. I want to share with some of you the name of the person. The show is the Dave Kaufman Show. I don't know him, I never heard of him. And his Twitter account, if you do a search for him on Twitter, it's The Kaufman Show. Kaufman, The Kaufman Show. And he did an interview with a gentleman named Noel, like a Noel, the lady who helps me sometimes. Our other manager, one of our managers, Kastler. He's a comedian from New York City. It seems like, according to him, what I heard in the interview, he was a member of the cast for The Apprentice. This gentleman, I'm sure if this guy is lying, one of you is going to be able to tell me. I feel this was honest. That's why I am repeating what I heard, and it makes sense. It resonates with me as well, some of the stuff that he was doing. What he was saying, he said he decided to put aside the NDA he wrote because he was forced to, at least at the time, whatever. But you know something? He said, behind the scenes, the person who's controlling everything, thank you very much, Lago. Thank you very much for your generosity. I really appreciate it. Happiness and good fortune for you and the family and your family as well. Thank you very much. Uh, you know who's in charge behind the scenes? And he said the same thing was going on in The Apprentice. Ivanka Trump. And he said, Ivanka is worse than Trump. And that little voice that she gives is a lot of baloney. And please do watch that interview. I found it fascinating. And it proves to me that I have been right, because I never really felt Trump was in charge. And by the way, I was shaking after I listened to the interview. I have been saying that and predicting that Trump, what intuitively speaking, when I thought with Trump, once he became president, his goal was to have Ivanka replace him. Or if, like right now, they know that's not going to happen, her goal is to become president. And that's why this guy said, I could not believe it. And I have been saying this since Trump was elected. So, and also one more thing I have to say. He says Trump does do drugs. Adderall is what I was never familiar with Adderall. I don't know much about it, not the side effect. He said a couple of times he's seen Trump, while Trump was doing his debates. He saw Trump, he knew Trump was high because he knows Trump was very well. And now, according to him, Trump does not leave the residence at all. Before, he used to come down to the Oval Office at 12 o'clock. Now he's so messed up on drugs, Trump doesn't leave the residence. And you know something? As he was saying this, it was shocking to me. I've never even touched if anyone who's been watching me for a while, that side of the story. Because I'm like, that's his problem. But after I listened to this guy last night, intuitively speaking, it feels like to me, behind the scenes, things, and I have always said that we're going to find out at some point that things were worse behind the scene than we have been led to believe. And I feel, and I have said this before, that Republicans are fully aware of what's going on. Nonetheless, they decided it's nothing. They want to keep Trump where he is and look at where we are today. I am, like I said yesterday, that commander is a criminal. He has a lot of blood in his hands. But Trump didn't have, this, and something, I'm sorry, I'm getting a few thoughts crossed up here. Whether Trump killed this guy or not, the result is going to be the same. And I said yesterday, before I knew anything of why Trump killed him, I said this guy has been active and plotting against Americans forever. That's what he does. It seems like that's how he makes his living. That's how he keeps up his fame in Iran and make money. Okay. So anything intelligence can prove anything, but I didn't feel he was doing anything special. I hope that's how I came across yesterday. And somebody asked me, did Trump do this to distract us? And I said that yesterday from the impeachment. Yes. And also there is a video, it's all over the place, over the internet as well, where Trump, about 7 years ago, accusing Obama of wagging the dog. That's what Trump is doing. After I watched that video, the interview. It's not a video. It's a voice. The audio. I feel comfortable saying Trump did this, thinking he was going to be able to get away with it, since he can paint the guy. The media give him like he's a genius at branding. I think it's baloney. They are dumb as a doorknob. The Trump family, that is. He thought he was going to be able to get away, intuitively speaking, when I thought with him, with killing this guy. Nobody's complaining. I don't care. He killed so many Americans. They can kill him again. I couldn't care less. The thing is, look at where we are and where we are going. Where he's trying to take the country, he's going to fail. He thought he was going to look like Obama did after the bin Laden assassination or killing, because basically that's what it was. And he deserved what he got for killing that many people on 9/11, among other things. My intuitive impression is Trump thought he was going to look better than Obama when Obama took bin Laden out. I have my prediction for Trump. This is going to cost him a lot more than he bargained for. And I predicted also there would be marches all over the place. And I've said that many months ago. Today, there were marches or, anti-war marches all over the country. And it's going to get worse. My prediction. And the notion that this family is going to create, become like the Kennedys, that's a fantasy. I feel like saying they have no idea what's coming around the corner. Although I feel Ivanka and Kushner have an inkling. That's why she's saying she's going to listen to see what her kids say because she's thinking of moving back to New York City. This thing, when I talked with Ivanka and Kushner, they know it's becoming undone, and Trump is not going to get away with it. Yes, like the title of my video said, he's used to getting away. He's all his life getting away with his misdeeds. This morning, I was thinking about Trump, and I was touching with him intuitively. The presidency has become like an albatross around his neck. Trump today has even more worries than he had before. And also, I predicted a couple of days ago, I don't remember exactly when I said that even Fox News would turn against him. They have not turned against him, but a couple of his supporters, like Hannity and that other guy, are pulling back about their talk about deep state, and the other guy, I forget his name, he's questioning who is benefiting by Trump killing Soleimani. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly, but that's what I saw on Twitter. To me, it's the beginning. It is becoming obvious to people, a lot of people on Fox News, that well, let me put it this way. As I am about to say, it's becoming obvious. No, they have known that something is wrong. But since they've been all in for Trump, they have difficulties, intuitively speaking, when I touch with them, to just, move, make a 180-degree turnaround and go against them. But something major happens, they will. And I feel that will happen. The next reference is Nancy Pelosi, intuitively, when I touched with her and the energy around this impeachment thing, that was a genius thing that she did, withholding those articles of impeachment. Because more things are coming out with direct evidence that Trump was in charge, and also, directing the whole thing. And also, there are 20 emails he was supposed to release against court order. He's refusing to release them. All these things are going to count against Trump. This guy has no idea what's coming, but obviously, now we know the reason why. He's doing drugs. So, and I have said before, they live in a bubble. They've lived in a bubble all their lives. Now that they are, in the White House, so there is no way for them to be able to gauge exactly what's going on out here in the world. But, like I said before, some people were getting nervous. Well, Trump was going to do bad things. Yes, he's doing bad things, but look at what Trump is now. Thinking that he was very confident he got the job. Yeah. He knows how to do the job all right. Look at where he is. Now he's terrified. Look at what's happening. Okay. We are shipping the 82nd Airborne. We are moving troops. They're leaving their families behind and everything else. Okay. To go to the Middle East. That's not what he promised. But Trump, of course, he never thought about anyone else but himself. And that's exactly what's going on now. Okay. And I said before, a lot of the decisions that he's making, and I have that on video. They discuss everything, him and his family. Okay? And I feel like saying, him deciding to kill this guy was not only from him, it was from him and his family. And yes, they're going to pay a price for it. Politically, this is going to be bad. And all these families, a lot of them were Trump supporters too. And now their husbands, mom, dads, and kids are going to the Middle East for what? So the presidency has become an albatross around Trump's neck. And I am going to venture to say that's going to help in him jumping, leaving office because it's not going to get better. So stay tuned. I am looking at my cheat sheet so that I don't forget. And also, I made this prediction a long time ago as well, but for those of you who are new watching me, I said there is going to come a time where Trump's lies are going to become ineffective. And I feel now we've seen the beginning of it because, we will find out next week in the polls. I don't feel his lie, even his base, believe what he's saying regarding killing this gentleman. Okay. And someone asked me a question. That's why I'm looking, because I want to answer all the questions I was asked. Is Pompeo lying? Absolutely. Okay. There is. I also saw on Twitter, somebody said the evidence of solemnity. Sorry about that. I got to look at the name again so I can pronounce it correctly. The evidence that he was going to conduct a major attack on our forces or wherever is thin to none. So, no, we cannot. And intuitively speaking, they are all lying. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. And the other thing I feel, a lot of the senators that Trump is counting on, yes, some of them are coming out and try to justify him doing what he did. But behind the scenes, they are very uncomfortable because more information keeps coming out about Trump's behavior. It's not that they didn't know. It's not that they're not aware of what Trump is doing. They all know. But a lot is being made public. Linking Trump to the Ukraine stuff, it's getting worse every day. And then this week, Trump decided to cover up, to make people forget that he's being impeached. Okay? Decided to put the country on a war footing. This guy feels so entitled. It's not only him, his entire family. They view us as the subjects. If you look at their attitude, would I look at Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric? That's the intuitively. That's what I get. That's why whenever I see them, it's a big turn off. But the day is coming. This whole thing is going to backfire. And even for Republicans, those who are supporting Trump, they all going to go down in time. And yes, Pompeo, not Pompeo, Barr. I said before he would be grabbed from behind his desk in his office. It is still coming because everything Barr has done is right out now. People no longer have any doubts about what Barr is doing. And it feels like to me he became a little too comfortable. Just like Soleimani became, and the same thing with the Trump family too. They all, they believe in their power, that they can do anything and get away with anything. The day for them to pay the piper is getting near, and I feel they know. The only thing, I have one concern, but I feel they're gonna fail at trying to do it. If some way, somehow, McConnell, Graham, and a couple of other ardent, supporters of Trump in the Senate and in the House were able somehow to be able to pull the rug over the eyes of the country and keep Trump where he is. I don't think that's going to happen. And, as I'm saying this, that gentleman said the same thing as well. Possibly people are going to have to take to the street to remove Trump from where he is because he's terrified of what's going to happen when he leaves office. Please, people, you got to watch this thing and let me know what you think. It left me shaking, the audio recording of that interview. I'm saying, I forgot his name, but it's on the video. I'm sorry. I have it here. Kassler. That's his name. And it's on Twitter. The name of the show is the name of the gentleman, the interviewer, is Dave Kaufman. The name of his show is The Kaufman Show. So, and I should have put the name on the title. I will do that after we are done. You should watch that, listen to that interview. In any event, I feel, Trump thought he was going to be able to get away with this, and he was going to look better than Obama. Big mistake. It's not happening. He knows it now, and he's shaking in his boots. And it's not only him, his family too. They don't understand why the rest of the country, beyond his base, why everyone is against what he did. So this is major. Okay. Someone asked me, would the GOP support Trump? Yes and no. I feel a lot of them are getting more uncomfortable now with, basically he has put the country on a war footing. Okay, they're saying, they did this to protect Americans, or the world is better, but where are we shipping people, to the Middle East? And that's one thing. The other thing is, as I am saying this, I'm seeing Europe flashing in front of me. We have no support. We have no friends. Everyone, they just turn their back and watching us. And whose fault that is? Is that Trump? So all these things are coming back to bite. And also, they're making me feel like saying, like I have been saying, I don't see how Trump is going to get out of this. Every time I get a little bit, I hear something about how our friends are behaving, the direction of the country, we're on a war footing, I feel I'm going to be correct as far as either he jump ship or they remove him. And I'm going to say senators are asking themselves, except for Kennedy, Graham, and McConnell, who wants to make sure his wife, continues to have a job. And there are a few more, Johnson and company. But the majority of Republicans in Congress, they are beginning to have second thoughts about a lot of things when it comes to Trump. So, no, I think a lot of them will change their mind. That's my answer. Okay. Somebody says Iran will react through proxies. Yes. But something, intuitively speaking, guys, and some people said that on TV today, and I think I brought that up yesterday. Iran doesn't want to fight us. Like I said, they're going to pull a Carter, the same thing they did on Carter at this time. Okay? And they don't want a war either. And they know we can reach deep into their living rooms and bedrooms. So, and Trump did this, he didn't think it was going to get, he didn't think he was going to get this reaction. So, yes, they can use proxies. There are a couple of sick group of people that I mentioned, like the Hezbollahs of this world. These guys are very, they're not good people, and that's what I was talking about yesterday when I said I hope they don't kidnap young Americans who are not even possibly wherever they are not even aware of what's going on. They're just having fun and find themselves in the hands of one of these people. So yes, Iran is going to be able to use its proxies, but you know what? For some reason, I'm not worried. Yes, they're going to react. Yes, they're going to do something just to show that they react. And I feel so bad for our young military, young soldiers. Okay, but for some reason, I feel it's going to be measured because they're not going to poke the bear that badly. So that's, intuitively speaking, that's what I'm getting. Okay, I answered that question already. Somebody says the revolution. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. The revolutionary guard will move in fashion that makes Trump look weak and inept. Exactly. That's what they did to President Carter. That's what I was saying. I explained before. Like the person is saying, this will cause the Iranian leadership to rearrange their positions, and they will make several provocations in the Gulf as in form of attacking the oil tankers. I am not sure about that, but while you're saying this, I'm reading that question. I feel like saying somebody mentioned it on TV today. And it frightened me. Trump had a phone call Monday with Putin. This will come out. I forgot to include this until now, and then it flashed in front of me as I'm trying to answer this question. I feel Putin is manipulating Trump because Putin knows if Trump assassinated this guy, what would happen. So he egged Trump on because he knows he can influence Trump, and he did. I almost forgot. I almost forgot to mention it today, and I forgot to mention it yesterday. That's another thing Putin is doing in order for him to step in, just like he did, in that area of Syria, between Syria and wherever Turkey. So he would have control of 55% of the oil transportation via I forget the name of that strait, the Hormuz Strait or something like that. Strait of Hormuz or something. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember the name exactly, but I'm sure all of you are aware of what I'm trying to talk about. I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to be a cold day in hell before our military and the rest of the American government will let that happen. So, and if it happens, it won't be for long. They'll be out. After that, I feel I covered everything I wanted to. Yes, Iran is going to succeed in causing a lot of chaos, but it's going to be a lot of noise. What they're going to do is like I was talking to someone, they are very well educated, they're very smart. They don't have to fight us head on. There are other ways. And something? This is more like a personal fight. That's how Trump has succeeded in causing an adversary to take him personally, as opposed to America. This is basically a Trump against the mullahs fight, more so than America against them. And it's because of what Trump did. Intuitively speaking, that's what I feel. It is because of the way Trump handled the whole Iranian thing. So I will leave it at that. Okay, can Iran mess with our economy? Artist is asking, can Iran mess with our economy? Yes, they can, because gas prices, I'm sure next week is going to go up. Okay, and that can trigger not that alone. A number of other things can happen and trigger a recession. And I have been saying, and I told you guys, I've been praying that it doesn't, if we go through a recession, it's not too bad because I have things to do with my money. So I'm hoping that it's not too bad. Okay. But yes, there's potential for them. I hope the recession is mild. But yes, I've been saying this for a year now, that this year is going to be challenging. Our economy is going to be challenging. Okay. Okay. I am looking for questions for time. Oh my God, it's 6:30 already. 30 minutes went by fast. I'm going to answer. I'm sorry tonight I didn't have a chance to do the second part where people ask questions. There is so much going on. I'm sorry. So Monday night. Okay, we come on. Carol says we common people are going to pay dearly in the cost of living when gas prices hit the roof. Yes, Carol, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. It's not only the cost. Yes, you're right. It's not only the cost of, but trigger a recession. That's my concern, really. Okay, Larry Girl seems like she has a question. Something about, yes, abundance of rain and cool weather to the most desperate areas of Australia. That's another question someone asked me, and I almost forgot to answer, and it's because I feel the news, what I'm feeling is not good for that area. It's going to take a long while to get that stuff under control. I hope it's not a month. I'm getting one, so I hope I'm wrong. I'm praying I'm wrong. Okay, Linda Sandoval is saying, I literally can't stand hearing Trump. You're not the only one, or any Trump tards, because their voices I hear on a different level. It literally hurts. And when I wake from a horrible vision, my nose profusely bleed. Well, my nose doesn't bleed, but I understand exactly what you mean, Linda. It's pretty annoying. I get who I get annoyed the most with. I mean, they have a lot of nerve. The Trump kids. Besides Trump, his kids, I think they are the worst. I could never. I mean, with the amount of money these people have, for them to be so ignorant and so dumb, to me, it's beyond my comprehension. And I would have been so ashamed if I were in their position and a state prevent me from having a charity and they send me to take course on how to be honest with people. Oh my God, I would be hiding for days. But them, they don't care. Yeah, they all over the projecting. All of them are projecting how they feel and how they see themselves on others, and that's what Trump is doing. But I feel it's coming to an end. Even Fox News now is beginning to have second thoughts. His most ardent supporters in Fox News, intuitively speaking, are thinking twice. Okay. Let's see. Ismail is asking, are Trump properties at risk from Iran? Yes. Very much so. So, let me put it this way, guys. Everything Trump is at risk after this action. I don't think the idiot thought about that. Okay? So, and that's what I meant when I said Trump finally succeeded in creating an enemy that takes him personally. Instead of seeing America, it's more like Trump did this. And that's what, that night before they made the announcement that Trump directed the assassination, okay, when he tweeted when he tweeted the American flag, I'm like, this is a dumb thing to do. The minute I saw that, I felt like that's when he personalized, this was a personal affront to the Iranian government, and they are taking it as such. And that's why I feel properties with his name on them in the Middle East are at risk. Yes. Okay. I'm going to answer one more question and then I'll go get ready for my day off tomorrow. Let's see, Larry Girl. It takes one to know one. You guys are all beautiful souls. Okay. For caring and love for the world. Thank you, Larry. Yes, I have a pretty good, I have a lot of great people in the chat, and I thank all of you for your support. And the people who support me, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And please, everyone, do not think about this World War III thing. These people, they don't want to die, okay? So let's put this World War III. No, I mean, from what I understand in the 1900s, World War I, from what I understand, if I recall history and what they've said on TV, started because of an assassination, okay? This is different. It's not the same thing. And this guy, everyone knows he has blood of a lot of people, not only Americans, in his hands. And also, when I touch with the mullahs and people in power in Iran, they don't want World War III, okay? They want to commit certain acts, okay? Yes, they can choose somebody with mental illness. They load him or her with explosive and send them to walk in the middle of some market or something like that, okay? That is very bad, okay? Those things they will do. But the notion that people are saying this is going to trigger World War III, if I see it, I'll let you guys know, but please, rest easy. World War III is not going to start this way. Not. Let me say this. I am not taking away anything from Soleimani, okay? But I don't think, obviously, he couldn't walk on water. Otherwise, he would have known yesterday that this was coming. And also, given the atrocities he has committed or enable others to commit, if I were in his shoes, I would have retired. Because, intuitively speaking, to me, maybe he should have an astrologer because they had a lot of great Iranian astrologers. Maybe you should have contacted an astrologer to tell him, listen, the end of the road is coming for you. So when people, you have to know when to stop. And that he and Trump basically are the same. Trump doesn't know when to stop. And so did he. Oh, okay? He didn't know when to stop. That's the result. Sooner or later, it's all going to catch up with us, regardless. Okay, so don't be afraid of this World War III things, and please don't go too crazy. I know we're all watching TV and think this is going to be, Iran is not more powerful than us. Yes, they can have, a one-off or something, but let's not lose our mind, people. God is, they're not God. Let's put it that way. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your support, all of you. Today I hit 7,300 and change. Thank you. And please, those of you who have not subscribed yet, if you like the channel, please subscribe and tap on the bell in order for you to be notified when I am online. And if you would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or you can send me an email. We can arrange when that would be possible. So again, thank you. Till next time. Bye.